Joining me is NDSU professor and extension entomologist Janet Knodel. Janet, with our cool, wet, late planting start this last spring, things are starting to catch up now, which is good news, but the bad news maybe is that we're starting to see a few pests in the field.
Yes, we've had a lot of grasshoppers, and it's primarily due to the weather that we've had the last few years. We were in a severe drought, and grasshopper populations are closely tied to the weather. And there's adequate moisture for the crop to grow, so there's plenty of food for them. So we're seeing a lot of grasshoppers in soybeans and other field crops this year.
What do growers need to be doing right now?
The most important thing is to get out and scout your fields to see if they're at the economic threshold levels. You can do that by visually estimating the number of grasshoppers per square yard, or you can use a sweep net, which 4 sweeps, pendulum sweeps, is equivalent to a square yard.
So if you find a significant grasshopper population, what's the next step?
Well, then you'll need to get an insecticide out into the field. There's several in soybean that you can select from. A new mode of action called the diamine Vantacor, which is the one that I'm highly recommending this year because we need to preserve our pyrethroid insecticides for other insects that might be occurring later in the season in soybean.
Tell me a little bit more about how Vantacor works.
We're quite excited to have a new chemistry available for control of grasshoppers and Lepidoptera insect pests like green clover worm. It's very effective. It has a little bit longer residual, 2 to 3 weeks compared to a pyrethroid, and it also is a little bit more friendly to the beneficial insects that are out in the field.
All right, thanks for all that important information. Janet Knodel, NDSU Extension entomologist.